Welcome back. In this video, I want to talk a little bit about when we don't feel our emotions, when we're numb and we're kind of in an even keel in life. We're not feeling the pain, but neither are we feeling the joy and the love of life. I want to talk about how we may have become disconnected from feeling our emotions, and the concept of shields and barriers that we maybe recognize we have, or we recognize other people to have. What can we do about that? What purpose are they serving? And what can we do? And is it possible to evolve from here to a different kind of experience? So I can talk quite knowledgeably on this subject, as when I came to EMO trance in 2002 to meet the EMO for the first time, I didn't feel very much either. And I've discovered myself to be quite disconnected. And so healing, identifying that and opening up to life, feeling my emotions again, and learning to navigate life through my emotions and get back into flow, let me be able to live from my heart and not just my head trying to focus and analyze everything, which became hard work. I used to question and analyze absolutely everything, and I wasn't feeling much at all. But the only time that I might be feeling something is if somebody did something kind and I had to kind of open up to let it in. That would be so emotional. I very quickly shut back down again to not feel my emotions, and because it was so uncomfortable to feel, and that was a kind of key. So I came to recognize what was normal to me in my life. I've been independent, sorted, nothing touched me kind of person on even keel. But I didn't know and experience joy and love in the ways that I hope to in my life too. Nor was I feeling the pains and the stresses of life. I used to think people who had emotions were weak and I was the strong one. How little did I know. So anyway, what's it all about? For whatever reasons, we may have come to disconnect from life. Why is that? So if we start our life connected and open, our energy systems open, our hearts open, we are interacting with life, and we may have experiences through being open to life that at a certain age we are not able yet to handle and process. So therefore these events come in and they hurt us, they get stuck, we feel upset, we're hurting from these events and experiences, and then life goes on. And if we don't do anything about that, then maybe we have more events and experiences in life which also we can't handle and process, and they hurt us and we feel upset, and so life goes on. And there comes a point in time, it may be a long period of time, it may be a short, intense period of having to deal with a lot in your life, where we get to a point where we say, enough, I can't cope, I can't feel any more pain and discomfort. And we make either a conscious or unconscious disconnection from feeling our emotions, from feeling life, because it's too painful and uncomfortable. And thereafter, we can be around, we can function, but we are not connected to the energies of life. They're not reaching us anymore. Something is stopping them arriving, and therefore we can appear to be numb and neutral in front of all kinds of situations, and even not feeling the consequences of our actions because we're disconnected from life as well. So these shields and barriers are serving a purpose. They're protecting us from feeling the injuries and blockages of past events in our energy system, because there's too many and it's too uncomfortable and we can't cope. So how we go about evolving from this situation is recognizing that safety and taking it step by step is important, recognizing that there's lots of injuries to be healed. So when we approach dealing with shields, we first seek to identify what is the shield about, from what are we disconnecting from, maybe a person, maybe a certain kind of energy, like computers don't mix, or no, I can deal with this in my life, but under certain circumstances, no way. And people give their shield and barriers away through their body language and their language that they use. So we want to recognize what we're disconnected from, and kind of where this disconnection is. Is it something that we're holding that's close to us, or is it really we have to push it really far and be only comfortable when it's very far away? So we can get a sense of that, and then the approach that we use is to have the intention that we make a little tiny little hole, if you like, in that shield of protection to allow the tiniest thread of that energy that we're holding back to reach us. And then we use that small amount of energy to trigger the injuries of the past events that we're protecting ourselves from feeling, to feel them at a lower, more comfortable level, that we can pay attention, we can soften and flow, we can heal, and therefore we can learn to handle a small amount of that energy. And then step by step, we can increase the inflow, each increase of energy perhaps triggering other places in the body where we're hurting, where we're blocked, to allow us to heal those injuries, and step by step to develop a better ability to handle these life experiences and energies that we have been holding back and disconnecting from. And the benefit of doing this, of course, is many. One, we learn we don't learn anything about life when we're disconnected from it. As the energy flows through us, through our energy system, it imparts information. We get knowing on a deeper level, we get wisdom, we get learning. We also get the flowing emotions of love and happiness and connection. And once we're open and connected, we can feel our emotions again, and we can navigate life through life in a more, a deeper, enriching way compared to how we were before. So shields and barriers is a very valuable and very important area to explore. A lot of us have shields and barriers, maybe not complete barriers in life, but to certain behaviors or people or experiences that we've disconnected from and not able to handle. So the step-by-step safely approach, taking a little bit of the energy, triggering where we feel it, healing that, softening and flowing, getting a little bit of flow and going a step at a time, is a safe way for us to heal, reconnect, open up, and start to feel and learn and navigate through life in a healthy way, again, with all of our emotions. And I say healthy way because we have our 5 senses that we are normally familiar with, and our emotions are the 6th sense. Our 6th sense, often we've thought about that as intuition, and what is intuition but something from the whole energy field that we're connected to that arrives to us, and we feel it somewhere in the gut, which tells us something. So there's a connection to life and energy flow through the connection, which we feel physically in our body with that gut feeling. And so that mechanism is the very same mechanism which all of the rest of our emotions are experienced through. There's somebody say something to you and you go, oh, you know, it lands and hurts you. That's the same energy of life arriving in. We feel it. Somebody says something, oh, complimentary to you, and you go, oh, how nice, and you go warm and fuzzy. Again, energies of life coming in. All of our emotions, the same mechanism that intuition is working by, is working for all of our emotions. Our emotions are the 6th sense. So we're not meant to live with only 5 senses and not have our 6th sense. We're meant to have all of our senses to make sense of life, not just with sight and touch and healing and seeing and hearing and tasting and touching, but feeling also. We're meant to feel our life and get information from the experience of life, be transformed by life, and live connected and engaged with life. So it's equally important to have our emotions and have our emotions flowing well, and have an actively working sixth sense as well as our other six senses that we are blessed with. So I hope that's been helpful to start to think about the situations you might be in, or you might know people to be in, where we are disconnected and not feeling our emotions, what it means, why it is, the purpose it's serving, how we can evolve from there step by step and get back to healthy, flowing connection with life and living life to the full. Thank you again for listening, and look forward to seeing you on the next video. Signing off now.